Okay. Okay.
You got this.
I got this. Okay.
It's fall.
It's fall. I do love fall. I do. It's my favorite season. We really want to honor this culture, really all the cultures. I mean, I love all of the layers of all the colors and all the cultures that make California what it is. So this painting is important to me. It reminds me, first of all, of my childhood. My dad loves American Indian history. My mom loves the aesthetics of it. My dad loves the history of it. So with both of those parents, I really had a fuller understanding. My dad would take me to different Indian ceremonies. We would watch the dances. We would listen to the cries, the war cries. My dad loves art, but more in a three-dimensional way. So he would take me and he would show me the patterns in the pottery and in the baskets. You know, he would show me the different headdresses on the Kachina dolls. And I remember as a little girl, I had some Indian dolls that were made by Indians, and I cherished them. They felt sacred. In traditional Western culture, I don't know that we focus on the sacred quite enough. And so for me, a Native American everything feels sacred. And when I try to sort of embody what it means to me, that's the word that sort of bubbles up the most, is that everything is sacred. And I think when you're an artist, you tend to be more sensitive. It kind of puts you akin to me with that same kind of mindset that I believe the Native Americans set for us, which is that everything matters, and the seasons matter, and life matters. And when you take a life, whether it's from a fruit, a vegetable, an animal, a person, you pray, you give, you know, and you understand the offering of giving and receiving. I relate to that methodology. And then my mom has always asked me to paint for her things that are Southwestern and American Indian style. She loves the patterns, she loves bright colors. So this was a commission piece for my mom, which made it even, that put another layer on it for me, because my mom is the matriarch of my family. And so that kind of already put sort of an ancestor lineage vibe onto this painting. While I was painting it, I really was focusing on the blanket. If you notice, there's the figure in the center, and she's got this Indian rug or blanket that she's wrapped in, and that was my focal point. And the title of this piece is The Weaver's Path. I don't know if you know, if you've ever had a chance, or now even after hearing this, if you can Google, look for this. If you look up traditional Native American blankets or rugs, you will see in many of them, especially in the Navajo tradition, you'll see out of this pattern this one white random string. And it goes from the center of the pattern out and leaves the rug. Or it's not always white, sometimes it'll just be a really weird color that doesn't match. It's just an odd colored string. And so you either think the weaver made a mistake, or you think maybe that's how they ended it or started it. But again, you go back to the intentionality, the Native American culture, it has meaning. It has symbolism. It's actually called A Weaver's Pathway. My painting is The Weaver's Path, but what it does is it's basically the weaver is weaving in their exit point. The weaver, the artist, the creator, does not want to get trapped or stuck in their own patterns. This is so beautiful. So they build their own way out into their design. So it is an entry point, but more than anything, it's a way out. They also call it the spirit path. If you don't build that in, you could just build your patterns and then you're stuck in them, and it's a self-made cage. They understand that going into the project, you already have to think of how you're not going to get stuck. I just love this as a philosophy. For this painting in particular, giving this to my mom being the matriarch, I've always felt like my job as the daughter of the matriarch is to find our way out. And I've felt like as an artist, that's my job, is to locate patterns, find patterns, look at them, reproduce them, and then change them. We build our own walls. We build our own patterns. We build our own self-enclosures. We can also build our way out. The other thing I wanted to sort of bring into this painting is her ear. So usually in a painting, you kind of want to look at what is front and center. What's in the middle of the painting? Very typically, an artist on purpose is telling the viewer what part of the painting they want you to look at first, and what is more important, what is important in that painting. And why I focused so much on her ear is, again, this idea of listening, this idea of sacred symbolism, and listening to your body, listening to the land, listening to the environment, listening to the creator, like listening to everything on a very perceptive level, like where you're using all of your senses. This painting is not about this figure's face. This painting is about the listening of sacred messages. If this painting resonates with you, then that tells me that you are someone who also cherishes the sacredness of life. I am really happy with this collection. I think that the colors are so bright and fun and beautiful, and you know, it even reminds me of California in the sense where it's you know, purple mountains, majesty. You know, I put these vivid kind of rockscapes in the background, and they're this vibrant sunset color. We keep it golden, and all of the colors are what makes it have that warm feeling. I hope that when you look at the Weaver's Path, you can get that sense of honoring your soul and honoring the land, your history, your ancestors, but also the history and ancestors of those around you. I am a proud Californian, and I'm really grateful and thankful to the Native Americans and for giving me that sacredness of life. I keep coming back to sacredness of life. We have some really fun stuff coming next month as well. I really hope you enjoy this season. We've got some fun things. We've designed a beanie, we've designed glasses pouch again, and we have a couple new things coming out this season. We've got a little dish towel. Do have some masks. Just love each other and appreciate the history. While you're here, listen to the land. Find some sacredness, whatever that means to you. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.